Quantum jumping or quantum leaping has been kind of floating around and trending lately in the spiritual community. And often people are wondering, what is quantum jumping? What is quantum leaping? How is it different from manifesting? How is it related to the law of attraction? Quantum leaping or quantum jumping is the ability to simultaneously shift from one frequency or vibration into another. It's basically like switching a channel on your television, or shifting to another program. All the programs are happening simultaneously, but you now have the ability to shift. It's like being in a dream and realizing that, wait, I'm awake in this dream and I have the ability to change it to be what I want. So it's about coming into your consciousness. It's about becoming aware. It's about becoming content in the vibration that you are, in order then to be able to shift. So let me give you an example. When I came to this beautiful space, there was no way that we were going to be able to afford it. It was 200 acres in the woods, and it had this beautiful little old log cabin. And then we thought to ourselves, wait a minute, what if we tried? What if we tried to sell our other house, which we bought for $400,000 less than this place? What if we sent these people a letter that lived here? What if we got our place fixed up and we made it as beautiful as we possibly could? What if we imagined living here with every aspect of our cells and souls? What if we imagined being here, wandering through the forest, swimming in the lake, every detail? And so we did, and we wrote the letter to these people, and we got our real estate agent involved. And, we left it up to the universe, because we were content to be in our place that we were already, but we would also love to be here. And we released it. We let it go. We surrendered. We knew that there was no holding on to this particular outcome, because when you hold on to an outcome, you actually prevent it from happening. You have to know that you're shifting to another reality. So, like watching a television and shifting to another channel, you know that you're going to change the channel. You know that it's going to shift. So you have to believe and know it. And so we just surrendered. We left it up to the universe. And within a month, we were moving. We actually sold our house for $400,000 more than we had purchased it for, which is absolutely crazy. But that's the real estate market. So I know that a lot of people laughed at us. Our real estate agent looked at us like, there's no way you're going to actually be able to do this. But we believed it. We had already sold our house before and moved on to a sailboat. So we had done things that people had told us that we can't do. And all we did back then was just believe it, visualize it, know it, and then release it. So back when we were moving onto the boat, we spent months visualizing being on the boat, having fun, engaging with different activities or adventures that we would be having, and just imagining it. We imagined being like a pirate and a mermaid. We imagined sailing the seas down to the Caribbean, and within a few months we were fixing a boat up and learning how to sail and going down to the Caribbean. But the thing is, you have to believe it. And if you don't believe me, you can check out my Escape Artist YouTube channel, which I don't post on anymore because I'm too busy healing my spine and my back because I was crushed by a tree. Again, you can check out that video too. Which some of you would say, well, you shifted timelines to a dimension where you were crushed by a tree. And I would say that was extremely important for me to be able to connect with my being on another dimension of reality, to be able to perceive other layers that I wasn't able to perceive before, to be able to feel levels of love and awareness that I didn't even know existed. And so I want you to imagine your greatest dream, whatever it is, and know that yes, it probably will change. It will not be the same after that dream happens, because humans, that's our very nature, to crave more, to want to expand. So once your dream comes true, you're going to want the next thing. That's just how it is. We have to be content in our struggle. We have to be content in knowing that we won't be content. And that is a beautiful energy to be in, to be content, knowing that you will never be fully content. And then you can be content. So, I want to do a little exercise where we just close our eyes for a minute, and I want you to visualize your dream reality. I want you to visualize in your mind's eye what it looks like when you wake up in the morning. What are you perceiving? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? What is it like? So let's just take a moment to close our eyes, and I really want your vision to kind of fill you up. And if you don't know what your dream is, just close your eyes and see what happens. Or, you know what I like to do is imagine winning $10 million. Where is it that you're going? What is it that you're doing with that money? Okay, let's go. Visualize your dream. Are you hearing any sounds? Perhaps smelling things? Are you outside or are you inside? This vision in your mind is possible. It exists in a dimension of reality. It is a frequency that you can tap into. If this didn't exist, if this dream in your mind didn't exist, you wouldn't be able to have the imagination of it. Our imaginations connect with other realms that exist, and then we pull that reality into our current frequency and we create it on the material plane. That's how I've managed to end up in all these beautiful places and connect with all of these beautiful creatures and beautiful people, etc. Because it's a belief. If you believe in God, then God exists. If you believe in Christ, then Christ exists. If you believe in hell, then hell exists. If you believe in the ability to potentially live forever, then that might exist. It's all possible. If you believe that you're a victim and that the world is against you, then that is what you are going to attract. If you believe that you are a powerful being who has the ability to shift and change the reality and move from one timeline to another instantaneously, then that is the reality that you are going to create. So I am telling you from experience that I have had the ability to shift my reality to a reality that I prefer. If you are living a reality that you do not prefer, a reality where you wake up and you are depressed and you are stressed and you do not like your life, you can change it. The first step is realizing, no, I don't like this. It's so important to have that feeling of anger and frustration. It's your body saying, no, I don't like this. I need to shift this reality. I need to move out of this. This is your cocoon. You're trapped and you're wanting to explode and become that butterfly. But right now, you're that goo. You're that goo that is shifting and changing and is liminal space. You don't know what you are yet until you desire something, until you have a passion that seeps into your body and through your veins, until you have something that lights you up. Then you have a direction, then you have a way to go, then there's something pulling or pushing you. So envision what it is that you dream of. And if you don't have a dream, in your mind or anything, like I said, imagine feeling grateful. What would you feel grateful for? Do you have the ability to feel grateful in your current circumstance with your life the way it is? Because if you have the ability to feel grateful when your life is not what you want it to be, for example, when I was working at this horrible job, trapped in a city in this tiny apartment, and I was in a horrible relationship situation, and my roommate was a catastrophe, and it was just really bad. I still tried to feel grateful for the little things that I had, whether that was clean drinking water, whether that was food to eat, whether that was a bed to sleep in, the basics, right? You really have to connect with the basics. And I was able to, in that moment, shift from that reality. And granted, it did take a little bit of time. It did take a month or two, but I was able to move into that dimension where I was able to attract the partner of my dreams. I was able to attract another living situation. And for the next few years, I was happier than I ever could be. And I would have stayed happy had I not, got into karmic situations and gotten this victim mentality again. But again, that's just something that we have to work through. That's an energy that's coming up. We're seeing it. We're seeing the victim mentality, and we're seeing, okay, why do I need to feel this way? Why do I need to feel this energy of lack, this energy of powerlessness? What is it about my situation that makes me have to feel that way? What happened in the past to me to make me feel like that is the character that I want to play? Do you want to play the character that is powerless, that is weak, that's alone and decrepit? Or do you want to play the character that's in control, that's powerful, that has the ability to choose what reality they want, that has the ability to shift all of that old crap away and move into a dimension of your dreams? Because you do have that ability. We are all born with that ability to shift and manifest. But we have to remember that we are the ones creating our life. We have to remember that we are the ones creating this dream. And yes, other beings create the dream too. And if you forget that you are a creator, other beings will create the dream and you will have to be trapped in theirs. And some people create nightmares on earth. I've said this many times in videos. Some people love to live in their own perpetual nightmare. And I am saying that you do not have to live in that nightmare. You can quantum leap out of that dimension. And though it may look the same when you quantum leap, that is reality playing back an existing frequency to prove, it wants you to prove to it that you have actually shifted. So you have to prove that you are a different being. And how do you do that? You have different thoughts. You have different perspectives. You react to situations differently. So when you have a thought of feeling, oh my gosh, this horrible thing happened to me because I'm just not good, or I'm just weak, or whatever, that is the thought program coming back in. When the bad thing happens, you need to access that power inside yourself and say, no, I am powerful. I actually have the ability to shift, and I am in control of my life. It's a big step to take responsibility and say, I'm in control of my life, because then you have to accept all the bad things that have happened and say, oh my goodness, that's partly my fault. And that's really, really hard. But it takes courage and it takes confidence to be able to step into that role and say, everything that happens in my life is because of me. Your reality is a direct reflection of what is going on inside. Your imagination has the ability to create itself on the material plane. Otherwise, everything that exists here wouldn't exist. That is how it works. Your mind is a powerful tool that can manifest anything you desire in this material plane. But you have to remember that since we're young, our minds are taken and reprogrammed by other forces that want you to live their version of reality. But what version of reality do you want to live? It's as simple as that. What do you want to do? When you were younger and you were a kid and you were just playing with like little Lego people or making things out of Play-Doh, you weren't wondering what it was that other people wanted you to do. You were just having fun playing. You have to step into that energy, step into having fun and just enjoying being you. And if you can't enjoy being you, if you can't enjoy the character that you are, you won't be able to shift, because you won't believe that you have the ability to, because you will be trapped in a cycle of thinking that you don't have control. Because why would you want to be in a body that is not having fun? Why would you want to be a morose, depressed person who drinks black coffee? I'm sorry, but this is the thing that gets me. There are so many people walking around with their head down and they're all grumpy and depressed. And I say to you, do you want to be like that, or do you want to have fun? Does fun to you seem like, maybe fun to you is irresponsible? Maybe it's trivial. Maybe it's for kids, because being an adult is about being responsible and making all kinds of money and making all kinds of responsibilities. And no, you need to have fun. Otherwise, there's no point to having any of those things. Oh, I've got my house and my job and my car, and I live here and I sit here reading my paper or whatever, and I don't know I'm British, but I'm saying, don't sit around and mope when you actually have the keys to manifesting whatever it is that you want. Sure, feel bad for yourself for a little bit if you need to, but then remember that you have the ability. You get to live one time, potentially, at least in your body. You might get to live other lifetimes in other bodies or other beings or aliens or plant life, whatever. But you're in your body. This is your body that you get, the one that you're in now. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to stay trapped, or do you want to expand and create and experience new things? So get out of your head, get out of your apartment, wherever you are, and go and see the world, and go and experience your life, and don't take no for an answer, because you are a powerful being who has every bit of potential. You have no reason to believe otherwise. You get to rewrite your story. You get to say, this is my life, this is how it's going to be from now on, and anything that happened to you in the past is a story, and you can change your story if you want to. You do not have to keep replaying those exact same narratives over and over and over again about this happened to me, and I did this horrible thing, and now I have to suffer for it. No. You get to live in this present moment now. This is the moment that you get the ability to shift if you want to. You don't have to stay trapped. You don't. So, I am sending you power and healing vibrations and the ability to shift through the screen if you want to. And yeah, I've just been rambling, but that's okay. I don't like doing those videos where they write it down and then they say it, and I just like to say things from the heart and from the spirit and what I feel in the moment. I don't like acting, I like being. And that's the truth. So, if you enjoyed this video, you can like it, you can subscribe, because I'll make more content that's real and authentic, and just say it how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I don't want to sugarcoat. So, if you enjoyed this, you can follow us, me, this world, and yeah, I make music too, so if you wanted to check out the music channel below, I also make jewelry from the forest and upcycled things, so you can check out that too. And if you don't like listening to me talk, then please leave or come back later if you want to. There could be something interesting here for you, but maybe not. Anyway, until next time.